Hey everybody, it is Rick. We have packages to unbox. Stuff from Hamilton Book, including books. Yes, I bought books from Hamilton Book. Haven't bought brand new books in a long time unless they're autographed. Also a title from my buddy Jacob, Jtwoh. I'll put a link down below to his channel. Something I got myself from Amazon. I pre-ordered like 3 months ago. Came out recently. First and foremost, I just want to show off this steelbook that was sent over to me by the folks at Lionsgate. I'm recording this on October 30th. This released October 19th. It is a Best Buy exclusive steelbook of a film I have not yet seen. I do own the 4K already, which has like 6 different versions of the movie, if I'm not mistaken. Or not 6 different, 6 discs, 3 different versions of the movie. But it is the Apocalypse Now Final Cut Steelbook, this being the 4K Blu-ray digital. So I just want to show this bad boy off. I have not had a chance yet to watch this movie. So the cool thing is it's a Lionsgate Steelbook. So we have the slip cover there. Nice like plastic slip. Some cool little added things there. It's a bit see-through, a little bit. But there's the front artwork there. Nope, just kidding. That's the back artwork. This is the front artwork. Apologize. So I'm a big fan of the steelbook. Like I said, the front artwork kind of blends where you can see the soldier's face if you look up close. So, but yeah, so the steelbook is absolutely beautiful. This is, like I said, the final cut version of the film, which is a runtime of 3 hours and 3 minutes. So it's a longer film. I know there, like I said, there's 3 different versions of the movie. Comes with a digital copy, and then you have the inside artwork. You have the 4K disc artwork there. The Blu-ray artwork, which is pretty similar. Trying not to have these fall. And there's your inner artwork. So just a beautiful steelbook. Like I said, Bridget and I, neither one of us have seen this movie. I know a lot of people recommend watching the theatrical version of it. There's, like I said, 3 or 4 different versions. So I'll do my research, see which one seems the most appropriate. If you guys have a suggestion of which version of the film I should watch first, especially for my first time watch, there. So this says for the first time ever. So I wonder if Final Cut isn't in the set. Hold on. I'm going to do some movie magic and I'll be right back. And I'm back. Okay, so I grabbed this, the Apocalypse Now 4K set that I got back on Black Friday a few years ago. And I'm a bit confused because this says for the first time ever, Final Cut. But this features the 4K of Apocalypse Now Final Cut, the original Apocalypse Now Redux, or Redo, Redux I'm going to say. Apocalypse Now Final Cut on Blu-ray, Apocalypse Now and Redux on Blu-ray, Special Features on Blu-ray, and Hearts of Darkness, a filmmaker's apocalypse on Blu-ray. So it features 3 different versions of the film, but Final Cut is like the director's cut version, which is on this. So a bit confusing. I'm not sure which version to watch. Please let me know for a first time watch which one we should check out. Thank you to Lionsgate for sending me over this beautiful steelbook. It'll be a nice addition to the collection. I'm going to put that down carefully here so I don't knock the camera over. Like I said, available now at Best Buy. Is a Best Buy exclusive. Next up, a package from Amazon. It's a CD I ordered, a CD I've been waiting for quite a while to release. It came out the week of, or the week after my birthday. It came out last week, so the week after my birthday. From one of my favorite bands of all time, a band that's not necessarily for everybody, but I love them. And every time I die is a new album, Radical. I have to open this. I want to rip it and put it on my phone so I can listen to it this week. Wanted to show it in a video first. So Every Time I Die, Radical, out now. Some bad words on the back. Whoops. So excited to check this one out. Like I said, it's a band I'm a big fan of. So Every Time I Die's new album is out. Package from my buddy Jacob, Jtwoh. I'm going to put a link to his channel at the bottom. Be sure to check out his channel. Jacob does all sorts of review videos, unboxings. He's a big comic guy. He had a real cool video come out about some comics that I grabbed for him when Bridget and I went to New Jersey early this year. That were signed by Kevin Smith that he got encapsulated and graded. Just check out Jacob's channel. He's a great guy. He does the Mega Podtastic podcast with Crazy Joe. So if you listen to podcasts, I recommend that one. I listen to it every week. So Jacob grabbed this from when Family Video was going out of business. I never had Family Videos in my area. We were like a Blockbuster area. And I have this movie on Blu-ray, but figured why not upgrade it to 4K? Because I think I have the first one on 4K, and I still haven't seen this. So now my first time watch will be in 4K. And that is Sicario, Day of the Soldado, which I believe I pronounced right. I'm glad these stickers they put on peel off nice and easy. I'm peeling that off because I can't have a sticker on my slipcover. That'll drive me crazy, especially like a big sticker like that. So this is only the 4K, so what I'll do is I'll take the Blu-ray and combine them, make it a combo pack. It does have a rental ring on it, which doesn't bother me as much. So I'll put my Blu-ray in here. And I'll have the 4K combo pack. If I don't like it, I'll end up selling it. But Jacob got this super cheap. It was like $3. And he's been holding on to this one for a long time for me. And finally, I was like, just send it. And so he sent it my way. So Day of the Soldado, Sicario 2. I've heard mixed things. Heard it's not as good as the first one. Still excited to check this one out. So thank you to my buddy Jacob. Like I said, links down below to his channel. And then we're going to dive into it, guys. You saw it in the thumbnail. I got 2 big boxes from Hamilton Book, and I was kind of confused why they sent it in 2 boxes. And I realized they sent the books separate so that the movies wouldn't get crushed. So I'm thankful for that. I did pre-open these. So we're going to, let's see here. That has my address, so we're going to just put that there. The nice thing is they leave prices on everything on the receipt, so I can tell you guys what I paid and don't have to go like, I don't remember. So each of these books were $6.95. Like I said, a little steep, but I was placing an order anyway. And the awesome thing about Hamilton Book, if you guys aren't aware, they charge $4 flat shipping. If you buy 1 item, if you buy like 100 items, it's $4. The shipping's relatively fast. I ordered this on a Monday night when the new titles dropped. And I had this package in hand that Friday. So, like I said, I cannot praise Hamilton Book enough. I've been waiting for them to have something like that makes me want to order because I like supporting the company. There's one Blu-ray in particular that I saw was a new release for them, and I bought it because it's been on my wish list to upgrade for quite a while. So, books. The first one here, wrestling fans will know this guy. A documentary, a biography by somebody called the Voice of Wrestling, one of the best announcers in the wrestling business ever, recently diagnosed with skin cancer, but JR is a fighter, so hopefully all is well. But it is Jim Ross's Under the Black Hat. I asked Jacob about this book, speaking of Jtwoh, he said it's a good read, so wanted to grab this. I have some other wrestling biographies. So curious about this one. Plus, he's been in the wrestling business a long time. So very, very curious to check this out. He's one of the current announcers for AEW, which is my go-to wrestling product that I watch now. So Under the Black Hat by Jim Ross. And then the other book, I'm very curious about this title. Obviously, I love the guy who wrote it. Very important actor in my childhood. And that is Michael J. Fox, No Time Like the Future. I believe this book just came out last year. It talks more about like after he was diagnosed with Parkinson's, because he's come out with a few books now. But I'm trying to see. When were you published, book? When were you published? 2020, first edition. So yeah, it just came out last year. That's weird. There's a big black ink splotch on top of it. It's not signed by him, is it? I mean, that doesn't bother me, but for a new book, there should not be an ink splotch. But Michael J. Fox, No Time Like the Future. So a couple books from Down the Movie. You don't see that very often, especially with no signatures. If you guys aren't aware, I collect signatures on books. So I'm going to start my pile here to show off my stack at the end. And we got a box of movies here, guys, from Hamilton Book as well. So yeah, my price is paid. I did buy a couple titles to hold on to for the long haul to flip eventually, so I will set those to the side. A couple sealed TV series that are supposedly going out of print this year. Like I said, I'm going to hold on to those for a while and, you know, check them out down the line. All right, so price is paid. The first title here is $7.95. It's an Olive Films release, but I was just kind of like looking through the Blu-rays to see if anything else caught my eye. I read the synopsis on this film. The cast is insanely good, like a ton of talented actors. Has a really high review on IMDb. And it's just a movie I've never heard of. Looks like it's going to be amazing. Like this cast, Ned Beatty, Frances McDormand, Gary Oldman, Dennis Hopper, M. Emmett Walsh, Pamela Reed. It's a movie called Chattahoochee. Have you guys seen this one? I mean, like I said, based on the synopsis I read, the cast of this film, the IMDb score, which is pretty good. You know, IMDb scores are interesting because it's a mix of critics and people can rate a movie. So I think this has over a 7 out of 10, which is pretty good for IMDb. And like I said, it was an Olive Films release. So for $7.95, I grabbed it. I figured if it was not good, it would be something I could probably sell and recoup most of my money for. It's also based on a real life story of Chris Calhoun and takes place, I believe, in a mental institution. Basically, Gary Oldman was a Korean War hero who gets institutionalized in Chattahoochee, Florida, after he attempts suicide and becomes like a crusader fighting for a change in the system for like abusive inmates in the mental facility. So, like I said, Dennis Hopper's also in it. Frances McDormand, Ned Beatty, Pamela Reed. So, a heck of a cast. I'm excited to check this one out. Let me know, guys, is this a good flick? But based on what I read, I'm really excited for this one. Next up, some people might be like, really, Rick? But I remember watching the first 2 of these, I believe, back on Netflix in the day. And it's just really interesting to me. I love documentaries about like real people. And, you know, this isn't going to be for everybody. Might offend people. I'm sorry if it does. But it is a Blu-ray of a film called After Porn Ends 3. So basically it talks about porn stars after like they've kind of aged out or left the industry and what they do with their lives after that. $7.95 is what I paid for this. These they used to have all 3, and I really regret not buying all 3 of them back when, because these go for stupid money on eBay. So worst comes to worst, I watch this, which is probably, I'm gonna watch it once and then sell it, honestly, because I'm curious. I find it to be interesting. So 87-minute runtime, so it's a full-length Blu-ray. But I find these movies to be interesting. So After Porn Ends 3. Next up, we got a WWE title. This was $5.95. It is one I did not yet own. It is out of print, as are every WWE Blu-ray. And it's a non-pay-per-view Blu-ray, so I grabbed it. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the guy as a wrestler, it is the John Cena Experience. Like I said, this is the WWE collector in me. I have pretty much an entire shelf of WWE Blu-rays. Did not own this one, so I added it to the collection. It'll stay sealed, honestly, until I decide I'm going to watch it or sell it. Because, like I said, it's out of print, but I love wrestling, so why not grab it? Next up is a watch list title. It's been on my watch list for a very long time. This was only $4.95. And it has a really good cast, if I remember correctly. That's interesting. So it's a movie called Middlemen. This was put out by Paramount back in the day, but the Blu-ray was released by Gravitas Ventures, who also did the After Porn Ends title. But it stars Luke Wilson, Giovanni Ribisi, Terry Crews, Kevin Pollak, James Caan. And like I said, it's been on my watch list for quite some time. Yeah, Paramount Vintage is the studio that released it. But it's basically about con men and inspired by a true story. So it looks like it's going to be an interesting watch. Like I said, it's been on my to-watch list for a while. Saw it on there for $5, so I figured why not grab it, because I didn't own it. So if I do watch it, or when I watch it, I will check it out. The next title comes highly recommended from my boy Joe Martinez, who, I mean, Joe, you know, we don't always agree on movies, but he said that I should really see this movie. He thinks I'll really, really enjoy it. It is actually another title from Gravitas Ventures. And, you know, I don't know much about it. I kind of don't want to watch any trailers or anything for it. He just highly recommends it. And it's a Blu-ray of a film called Bomb City. I paid $7.95 for this one. Joe really recommended it, so I grabbed it. So I'm curious to check this title out. And last but not least, the title that made me place an order this time around. The title that was the most expensive thing I got by far at $17.95. But I believe this is like $30 on $30 on Amazon. It is a Ronin Flicks release. I believe this is the original pressing of it from 2019. I have this on DVD. I'll be getting rid of my DVD. This is a movie that a lot of people weren't familiar with, and I really praised it when I watched it because a lot of people were saying how great Hellfest was. Wasn't a big fan of Hellfest, but this movie, I don't know what it was about it, really was well done for me. A low budget horror movie that I really enjoyed. I really gravitated towards this film. This has a ton of bonus features, and I'm excited to revisit this movie. And it's a film called Haunt. So the writers of The Quiet Place did it, and it was produced by Eli Roth. Scott Beck and Brian Woods were the writers and directors. There's no big name actors in it. It's a low budget, like these people go to a haunted house thing and stuff starts happening. It probably shouldn't happen, but I really, really, really enjoyed this movie and is one I highly recommend. I find the cover to be terrifying personally, but is a movie that I just thought was excellent. And like I said, at $17.95, I wanted to pull the trigger because, like I said, this is the original pressing. I believe they just re-released it, but it's through a different studio. This is the original Ronin Flicks. So you can see there's just a ton of bonus features there. Like I said, I really enjoyed the movie, and I was bummed when it was only on DVD for a long time. This came out on Blu-ray. They had a big deluxe set that I was thinking about buying, but it was just a little too pricey. So at $18, I just pulled the trigger because I really enjoyed it. So Haunt on Blu-ray. That is it, guys. That is everything for the unboxing. So thank you to my boy Jacob for sending over Sicario. Thank you for Amazon for getting the CD of one of my favorite groups. Thank you to Lionsgate for sending over that steelbook for me to check out. And also, thanks to Hamilton Book for just being an awesome company who doesn't overcharge for shipping, sends stuff carefully, and has cool products at great prices. So I'm going to do the elevator here. Thank you guys as always for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Check out the links down below where you can find links to my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, where I rate and review all the movies I watch, my eBay store, my Amazon wish list. All that can be found down below, in addition to my Blu-ray.com profile, my email address, and my P.O. box. And that is it, guys. So Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you don't do so already. And until next time, who's down to movie? The pile almost fell.